What's going on, guys? Ryan with Jedha Patrol back with another video. Today we're going to talk about the Hot Toys announcement of Katan, the full reveal, and whether or not I think you should pick it up. Let's get started. That's right, guys, we're back with another video. Yesterday we had, or day before, we had episode 40 of 6 Scale News. Super exciting. I have some ridiculous news coming up for the next episode of 6 Scale News. And like some behind the, I can't tell you, I wish I could tell you right now, but I can't. But you're gonna be happy. That's all I can tell you is get your wallets ready. You're gonna be happy. So there you go. That's all I can tell you. Yeah, I wish I could. I can't tell you yet, but we're here to talk about Katan. Like I told you guys in episode 39 of 6 Scale News, that we were going to see Katan this week, and the spies did not let us down. We saw the full reveal of Katan, and the Facebook groups, the Reddits, the forums, everybody is like, there's like a split. Which is normal, I guess. There's some people that say, I love this, and some people saying that's garbage, and it's kind of a split thing. So I wanted to just share my thoughts on this thing and kind of see where we're at. And the main drama, the main conspiracy debate, if you will, is around the portrait, which we're going to take a good look at. I could just spoil my thoughts right there, but we're going to take a look at this thing, and I'm super excited for this. But I figured just for the heck of it, we'd have some Mandos here in the studio, which is still in construction mode, by the way. If you guys follow me, if you're in the Patreon group, the Facebook group, you've seen some behind the scenes of the collection room. Huge collection room update, so that's going on. So I've got this room what's going on as well. So I've got something, anyways, there's stuff coming. But I've got, I went ahead and got the Durasteel Mando up here. And I broke out the heavy infantry Mando, and then I broke out IG-11 with the 6 scale Grogu in for this video. And I think there's a pretty good looking group. Now I know a lot of people were kind of debating whether or not one of the IG. If you want to check out my unboxing review of that video, I'll put a link up there for you guys. I love it. I think it's great. I have a second one coming, so that'll tell you something. But it's super fun and super just beautiful. So the question, I guess, is should we add Katan to this lineup along with our Beskar Mando, which is in the other room, and yeah, what should we do? So I want to take a look at some of these photos. I'll put them on the screens. We're talking about this stuff, but before I even get started, if we're on the premiere, you're in the live chat and all that, before I even start with my thoughts, have you already pre-ordered it? And what are your initial thoughts on this figure? So comment, hit pause if you're not watching this live, comment down below, and then come back at the end of the video and let me know maybe you changed your mind, maybe you didn't, that kind of stuff. So we'll have some fun there. But let's go ahead. I'm gonna actually break out because I'm in new studio mode. I'm gonna break these out on my phone, and then we'll put them on the screen for you guys. But let's take a look at the figure itself. And in addition to like the Katan reveal, we obviously are going to see some more of the Season 2 Mandalorian with this upgraded armor. We know that's coming. We know the speeder bike's coming. A little bit of 6 Scale News for you there. Secret Base had the new version with the speeder bike on display at Secret Base, and then they took it off display. So maybe we'll see an announcement for that very soon as far as, you know, what all it comes with. It could happen. That's not the news I've got for you later, but I'm just saying that it could happen. But I want to take a look at Katan. So I think first off, we should take a look at just everything she comes with. Let's just look at the spec sheet, all the accessories you get, and then we'll kind of do a deep dive into some of these other things. So first off, the helmet. The helmet is freaking on point. The paint apps are on point. Love everything about this, and I would just go straight up tell you, just spoiler for that, I'm gonna display mine with the helmet on. I guess I just told you, you know I'm gonna get it, so that's not even a thing. I'm gonna display mine with the helmet on because I like the look of the helmets. I think they look fantastic. I'm a big fan of that, and I think we're gonna see a lot more helmeted figures come along with all the drama and everything going on on the planet. I think we're gonna see a lot more helmeted collectors, helmeted characters, and helmeted figures out there in the coming years. I just my spider sense tingling, like right there. Just kind of, I think we're gonna see that. Replacing an actor or actress or whoever under a helmet is a lot easier to do if you don't have to look at their face. And so I think that's gonna be one way they're going to combat that stuff. So hope I'm wrong, but watching trends is a thing. But this particular figure, we saw Bo-Katan in Clone Wars. And one of the things that just occurred to me as I'm sitting here recording this is Bo-Katan with Obi-Wan Kenobi. We're going to get that Clone Wars Kenobi at some point. I don't know when. Or maybe you just get the episode 3 Obi-Wan Kenobi to pose with Bo-Katan. Totally viable option. You don't only have to have her displayed here. You could absolutely have her with Death Watch, with helping out with the siege on Mandalore and the whole deal with that. That'd be kind of crazy. I just thought that would be crazy. What are you guys' thoughts about that? Would you pose your Bo-Katan with Obi-Wan Kenobi? And then maybe alongside it or Ahsoka that we're getting. I mean, so many possibilities with this figure because she's been in Clone Wars, and she's been obviously in The Mandalorian, but it's just options. I like options when it comes to characters and displays and posing and that kind of stuff. But I think the paint apps look fantastic. I have no issues with the paint app on armor. This armor actually reminds me of, when I first saw it, it reminded me of the Jyn Erso in Disguise flight suit. Because I'm imagining her, she's going to be a little smaller figure compared to these guys, and having the Jyn Erso in Disguise flight suit, that material, the padding, the stitching, everything just looks just like that, and it's fantastic for posing. There's no limitations on it. I don't think we're having any problems posing this figure. Based on the photos, obviously we're going to get double jointed elbows and knees and that kind of stuff, which we should get, but I think it's going to be absolute joy to pose. I don't think we're going to have issues with that. And I really, based on the feet matter. I don't think we're going to have any issues like we had with Nebula or Gamora with those little tiny little high heel things, because man, those don't really do high heels. So that's a thing. Yeah, I think this is going to be super easy to pose. I'm excited about this. The accessories going along with this figure is a decent amount. It's not overboard. It's not like a Mando with Child Deluxe where you get like more crap than you would ever need to pose a figure. This one actually has about the right amount. So we're going to get her dual pistol blasters, which is iconic. You got to have them. Guns are the religion of the Mandalorians, right? They're super excited about that. Those look great. I don't think we're having issues with that. It looks like we're going to have 2 specific pistol holding hands for that figure, so that's good. We definitely need that. We're going to get, it looks like a detonator of some kind. We're going to get that spear deal like we saw with Deluxe Mando that shoots out a little gauntlet deal. I think that's fine. I don't see it as a display thing, because having the one on the Mando is it's metal. It is die-cut. It's a metal piece, but it's also thin, and I feel like if you drop it, you're going to break it, and that would be really sad. So it's a cool effect piece. I don't know that we necessarily need it as an accessory, but so be it. It's fine. We're obviously going to get a jetpack. We gotta have a jetpack with this. We got some flame effects for the jetpack. And I imagine that's going to be magnetic as well. I don't think they're going to do something super crazy like the pegs on the Heavy Mando, because there's no need for it. I'm pretty sure we're just going to see magnets going on there, and I'm perfectly fine with that. And I think it looks fantastic. Again, the colors, awesome. The belt with the holsters, tailoring looks great. We're gonna get a knife going on in the gauntlet. I think that's super cool. Looks like some whistling bird action going on in the other gauntlet. So there's a lot of accessories here, and we're gonna get some hands. It's not a crazy amount of hands, but it's probably what we need. I don't see any like gesturing hands. It's just a normal, like, I've got a pistol, I've got a fist, I've got an open grasping thing. It's like, that's kind of what we got going on here. Then we get this Diorama Base, which is coming out of nowhere. The cardboard piece, don't care too much about that. I never even take those out of the box. I'll show them to you guys on camera, and then that's pretty much it. The cardboard, I don't really care about. But somebody out there probably does, and they're probably super excited to see that. So they can put that in their DTOF cabinet or wherever you put stuff. But the Diorama Base looks fantastic. It is so much better than the base we got with IG-11 that made no damn sense. Like the sand base with the humanoid footprints for a freaking IG unit. That was just Hot Toys being lazy, and it was just stupid. If you haven't seen that review, that was my initial thoughts. I was like, this is stupid. So there we go. So we're gonna get this cool base. I think there's a good odds we're going to see the same base when they finally announce the Mandalorian Luke Skywalker. I think we're going to see this base again. I can totally see it from that scene, from the last episode. I could totally see that. I don't know if those orange lights are going to light up or not, but That would be cool if they did. I mean, I don't really care one way or the other. It's a cool effect, but there's no way I'm running around turning on little lights and putting batteries on all these displays. I really don't care. I just think it looks cool, right? Just not even lit up. So I think that's super cool. So here's the question, the portrait. People are saying, hey, it looks fantastic. Some people are saying it looks a little manly. I don't like it. I'm not going to buy it, this and that, whatever. And to that I say, buy what the hell you like. I don't care. It doesn't affect me one bit whether or not you buy something or don't buy something. I don't really care as far as it doesn't affect me. And what I buy doesn't affect you. So I think if you like it, that's okay. But I don't think you really got to just be salty about it and run all over the internet and just going, I hate, and I've literally seen this. I've seen the same person. Okay, because I'm in lots of groups and I follow a lot of threads on this thing. Look, just watching. I've seen the same person comment the same thing on like multiple Facebook groups going, I'm not gonna put exactly because you'll be able to find them, but essentially it's garbage. I'm not buying it. That's the worst thing they've ever done, blah, 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 blah. I hate it, okay? I've seen, like, they literally took their time to go along to all these different groups and all these different threads and posts and comment that they don't like this. Number one, who the hell has that kind of time? Number two, go get a life and do something productive. Like, that's just terrible, okay? If you don't like it, that's great. Speak with your wallet, don't buy it. If you want to comment and say you don't like it, that's fine too, but don't take your time to go on 17 people's different threads. People that are legitimately hyped about this figure, you're taking it out of your day to go say, no, that's garbage, I hate you, and that's, just stop. Just stop. That's all I'm saying. Now, the portrait. Here's the thing with these portraits, and you see this with every release. If they had not given us a portrait, you guys would have been out there like just raising hell. You would have been upset, you would have been mad at the world, just like we haven't seen the Pedro Pascal portrait for this guy yet. Everybody would be jumping up and down, oh, I can't believe they didn't give us a portrait, and this guy, and whatever. And then when they give you a portrait, you're like, oh, I could do so much better. It's ridiculous, okay? Now this, I'm not gonna say it's 100%, but it's a freaking 6 scale figure. This is, name one other 6 scale Bo-Katan portrait on the market that's better. I would challenge you to do that. That's what I would challenge you. Now, I do think you have to take into account photography on these portraits. I think you got to take into account lens distortion, you got to take into account lighting, you got to take depth of field, you got to take into all those account, color grading, all those things you got to take into account when looking at photos of portraits, because as we know, in hand versus on a photo or even in a review of a video, it might look a little different when you get it in hand. I'll give you a case in point with that, which was the Ant-Man portrait. The photos just made it look stupid, goofy, just over the top crazy. And while it is, it's not that bad in person. It's really not that bad. And I'm guilty, man. I squashed it. I was like, that looks stupid, that's garbage. And I did it. I did it. So I'm throwing myself under the bus here, guys. We got some photos from JC Hong here, and we'll take a look at what's going on. The lighting on it is gorgeous for social media purposes. Good job. But I think the portrait on the, well, I guess the stick, whatever you're going to call it, as they're painting it, it looks fantastic. I think the mold's fine. I think the shape of the jaw, and I think mainly with this issue, this figure, the shape of the jawline is really what's in question. People are saying it's too wide. I would say hold off. Be patient on this thing. It could absolutely be changed between now and a year and a half from now when we actually get the figure in hand. Could totally change. Could be totally different as far as that goes. But this is nowhere near as wide a jawline as we saw with the Rise of Skywalker Rey figure. That one needs some work. I'm hoping they just remold that one completely. Okay, I'm hoping. So I'm waiting to see like the final release of that Rey figure because I really want it to be good. So we'll see how that goes. This is, I think it's good. I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say I dig it. There are some angles. That 3/4 lower angle from these photos where the jawline looks a little large. Again, that could be the lighting. When you got broad lighting on somebody, it could just be the lighting. And I'm looking at some of these photos, and the lighting is definitely. I think there's something to be said for the lighting. I've seen some people say the eyes are too close together. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't see the need to bash this figure over this portrait. I just don't see it. I'm definitely going to be picking it up. Now, there is one point that I think we absolutely should discuss, and it has nothing to do with the portrait. It has to do with the price. And the retail price in the States is $285. That's steep. It's steep. Now, for somebody like me who just buys them all, $10 here, $20 there, I don't really make too big a deal out of that stuff. But when I watch stuff like this, I absolutely feel the need to report it. And you guys, I mean, not everybody has a budget to buy everything, and I totally get it. But I think you got to be mindful of what's going on here. Okay, so what I did is I actually compared the price point on this figure versus Captain Rex that we're getting. So Captain Rex, we're getting a portrait, we're getting a helmet, we're getting a jetpack, we're getting and we're getting all kinds of hands, we're getting blasters, we're getting pistols, all kinds of crazy stuff with Captain Rex. So I think the accessory wise and the parts it comes with is very similar to what we're seeing here with this figure. That figure is $255, so a $30 price bump from that figure to this figure. So I have some conspiracies with this. I don't have, this is just me as a collector looking at this stuff going, hey, what's going on? One, inflation. I think they're planning for that down the road. I think that's a thing. Two, I think they're going to make a boatload of clone armor stuff so they can reuse that armor. So maybe that price point's a little lower because of volume. So some of that. And number three, maybe COVID's got a part of this as well. Maybe COVID and the precautions and the measures they're having to take to actually produce these figures has increased their production costs. Therefore, that's going to get passed on to us, whether safety measures, masks, whatever protocols they got going on in these factories. So that could absolutely have a factor in these rising prices. And I think we're going to see more of it. I don't think this is the end. I think this is going to continue to rise. And as all this stuff goes on and companies have to put things in place to make stuff safe, I think they're not going to eat that cost. It's going to get passed on down to us, the end user. And it's going to happen. Look at fuel prices, look at everything else. Those prices by companies they're not going to absorb that cost and cut into the profit line. They're going to pass it on to the end user. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. But I think collectors, on the one hand, I think we need to be aware of that the prices are going to go up. I think there's maybe a little bit of higher prices due to the community growing, and maybe they're saying, hey, it's a market, and if I bump it $5 times 30,000, 40,000 units, $5 here, $10 here, that adds up after a while, and I think we got some of that going on. So that's my thought. I think the prices are going to continue to go up a little bit at a time. I think that's what's going to happen. In addition to the Beskar Season 2 Mandalorian, they've showed us here another Stormtrooper, which I think pretty good odds we're going to get another Stormtrooper release, a Mandalorian release, a clean armor Stormtrooper, which is totally good with that because it would be a Rogue One style armor. And that's the one Rogue One figure I don't own. So I would totally be good with just another trooper to add to the collection because, I like collecting troopers. So that's my thoughts on that. But I hope you guys, I'd love to hear from you. Like I said at the beginning, has this video swayed you a little bit? Is it not? That's not really my goal to sway you, but I'd like to share my thoughts. I know some of you guys are interested in that. But Bo-Katan with a couple Death Watch Mandalorians. And I'm thinking at least 2 Death Watch Mandalorians with her in the front. Come on. It would be an epic display. It would be beautiful. It'd be fantastic. Along with these guys and the Beskar Mando. And I don't know, guys. I mean, it's Star Wars. It's a freaking beautiful figure. It's a character that if we had not seen her in The Mandalorian, we would never have this figure. We would never have this one. And we got some people out here just being salty, complaining, and whatever. And that's your right to do that. By all means, do what you want to do. But don't ruin it for everybody else. That's all I'm saying. Just say, I don't like this, I'm not buying it, move on down the road, and leave it at that. Don't be salty. So hope you guys like this video. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so, guys. I know about 60% or 40% or some crazy percentage of people watching this video right now are not subscribed. We literally just gave away an in-game Captain America to somebody literally just watching video. So stay tuned. There might be something else coming up very soon. And if you haven't already joined Patreon, you want to check that out. Links down below for that. And join Facebook. If you haven't already, that would be a great place to be. As always, click what you like. See you next time.